And today, we've got a pretty special one. This is a story about a woman who took an idea from her college dorm room and turned it into a billion-dollar empire. Her name is Melanie Perkins, and she's the co-founder and CEO of Canva. So let me take you back to 2007. Melanie was a student at the University of Western Australia. While most of her friends were cramming for exams or stressing over papers, Melanie had her eye on something else, a problem that was staring her right in the face. You see, as a student, she noticed that everyone, from her fellow classmates to the professors, was struggling to design decent presentations, reports, and marketing materials. The programs they used were either way too complex or just way too expensive for most of them. And that's when Melanie got this idea. It wasn't just about building a design tool, it was about creating something that made design accessible to everyone, even if you weren't a professional designer. At the time, there was nothing like it on the market, so Melanie thought, why not create a platform that lets anyone design like a pro, no matter their experience level? That's where the idea for Fotorama came from, which would later become Canva. Now, imagine being a college student pitching a huge, complex idea like this to investors. Most people would probably look at you like you were dreaming too big, especially in a space that already had major players like Adobe. But Melanie wasn't easily discouraged. She and her co-founder, Cliff Obrecht, faced rejection after rejection. Seriously, they got shot down over 100 times. Yeah, you heard that right. 100 times. Most investors didn't see the potential in a startup like Canva. They couldn't see how a simple, easy-to-use design tool could compete with the heavy hitters in the market. But Melanie didn't let that stop her. She believed in her vision, and that belief kept her going. In fact, she and Cliff kept working on their idea, tweaking it, improving it, until finally, in 2012, they got their big break. They found a believer in their vision in the form of investor Bill Tai. Bill saw what Melanie was building, and he stepped in to help them secure the funding they needed to turn Canva into a reality. The road to success didn't stop there, though. In 2013, they officially launched Canva, and let me tell you, it wasn't just another design tool. This was something entirely different. Canva made it possible for anyone, whether you were a student, a small business owner, or social media manager, to create stunning designs with just a few clicks. No complicated software, no steep learning curve. Just simple, beautiful design right at your fingertips. But launching Canva wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. They had their challenges. Early on, they needed to figure out how to scale this thing, how to hire the right people, and how to reach as many people as possible. They were a small startup, fighting against the odds, but they stayed true to their mission, making design accessible for everyone, and that persistence paid off. Fast forward to 2020, and Canva was valued at over $6 billion. Here's something most people don't know. Before Canva was even a thing, Melanie started building a community around it. She wasn't just selling a product, she was building a network of early users who were passionate about what Canva could offer. She reached out to universities and asked professors to recommend it to their students as a design tool. This wasn't just about convincing people to use Canva, it was about creating a culture around the platform before it even launched. And that, I think, is what set Canva apart from the very beginning. But even with a growing user base, scaling up was tough. Melanie had to wear so many hats. She had to be the visionary, the leader, the marketer, the product developer. And I'm not going to lie, there were days when she wondered if she was even cut out for the job. As a young woman in a male-dominated tech world, she often felt like she had to prove herself more than others. But she pushed through those doubts, and today she's one of the most successful self-made women entrepreneurs in the world. By 2021, Canva was valued at a staggering $40 billion. But here's the thing. Melanie never lost sight of why she started this whole journey. She stayed focused on her mission, empowering people to design with ease. It's not just for the design experts. I'm someone who doesn't have a background in design, but Canva makes it so easy to create professional quality graphics, presentations, and marketing materials. The platform is so intuitive, and the variety of templates makes everything so much easier. But Canva's success isn't just about the product, it's about the people behind it. Melanie made sure that Canva wasn't just a company focused on making money. She made it about something bigger. Canva has partnered with countless nonprofits, giving them free access to design tools to help them further their missions. And that's something I think speaks volumes about Melanie's character. Even as Canva became more and more successful, she never lost sight of the bigger picture, how her platform could make a real difference in the world. So, what can we take away from Melanie's journey? First off, don't let rejection define you. Melanie faced a ton of no's early on, but those no's didn't stop her. They fueled her to push harder. Second, believe in your vision. Even when others can't see it, if you truly believe in what you're building, stick with it. And lastly, success is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time, it takes grit, and it takes relentless perseverance. Thanks for tuning in to the Uncelebrated Path, how business leaders really made it. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and join us next week as we dive into more incredible stories from entrepreneurs shaping the future.